Hey RV World, Tim from Rated RV. Listen, it's cold out and I'm at home, but I'm standing inside a camper, so things got to be good, right? I'm going to do some maintenance and repairs on our fleet. This countertop behind me has a big sag in it. It just, under the weight and maybe under the humidity on the East Coast in New Jersey or whatever it was, it sagged. The dealership that we bought it from put a giant bead of caulk to try to mask the sag in it. But it irks me every time I look at it, so I'm going to fix it today. I bought a hunk of butcher block from the local big box store. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to fit it. Pull everything out first, cut it, fit it, put a coat of finish on it, and show you how to do it, show you how to put it back in. And hopefully everything goes according to plan and not giant mistakes. But even if there is, maybe it'll be funny. Thanks for being here. Please be sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the like, thumbs up, and leave a comment. I'll link the countertop in there and anything else that we put in there. Maybe some of the camera equipment. I'll link down in the description in the video. And thanks for being here. And check out this countertop replacement. All right, so this is basically what I'm talking about back here. It's got this big dip, big line of caulk. Some of it's pulling away on this side. It's pulling the backsplash off. I'm going to put my level on here. See if you can see this. Not that I'm looking for a level right now because we're in my driveway, but there's a gap of about a ½ inch in here. Yeah, it's a ½ inch gap. And 4 feet. That's a pretty significant gap. That's what we're going to try to fix right now. I'm going to take my knife and score this silicone over here, so in attempts to try to save the stuck-on backsplash. I don't know if I'm going to be able to save it or not. I'll do something cool there if I can't save it. Yeah, some people should not have access to a caulk gun. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is going to try to take the sink out. There's no water in this coach at all because we're winterized, but I'm going to pop the drain out. I'll get the sink out, then I'll be able to take the faucet out. And I'm really going to try to take this countertop out in one piece, and I'll use it as a template on the new butcher block to make sure that I put the holes back in the same spot and it'll go right back in. But I'm going to turn off the propane before I disconnect the range so I don't fill the coach up with propane. I got a bucket and a rag. I'm going to stick it under here to catch some of this overflow. So far this has been pretty simple. Just gonna get the stove out of here. Fold this up. Now there looks like there's 4 screws inside. Actually 3 screws inside and 1 out here for some crazy reason. This cover just lifts off. I'm gonna set it over here for now. So we'll get a good look at the inside of this stove. The cooktop. This here is your gas line coming in. The propane is under there. I'm going to disconnect it right here and then slide this whole unit out. These screws here, they're square drive. I'm going to pull them out. There are 4 more screws holding the bottom of this cooktop in the range. They're here. So I'm going to pull them out and this whole range should just slide out. This one's already disconnected, the gas line. Pull these out. Easy peasy. Here's the inside. There's really not much to it. One thing I'm going to want to check though is if these rails that this thing's hanging on are going to be plumb with the front of the cabinet. It should be square. This angle here should be square with the front of the cabinet. And I have a feeling that it's not because there's a lot of play in it. So before I put the new top in, I'll square that up. So you can kind of see here the sag. But the craziest thing is there are screws under here. I was expecting there not to be a cleat or anything for this to sit on, so it just sagged over time. But evidently, it was just built crappy. It's poor craftsmanship from the get-go that allowed this thing to leave the factory this stinking crooked. I think I got all the screws out under the sink. There is a bead of caulk or some kind of something or other here. Like I said, I winterized this thing so the trap's got some antifreeze in it. I'm trying to catch that for not spilling. This last clip's not cooperating. Now I'm going to take this right outside. Hey, I'm back. Alright, the sink's out. I didn't make too much of a mess. So here's the cold water connection, just a thumb screw. Here's the hot water connection, just a thumb screw. And then There's a quick disconnect if you wanted to take the drop down sprayer head off. Alright, there's a nut right here. Right here. It's got to come off. Yeah, you just want to note how these things come off. So we nut, metal washer, rubber washer, and it goes back on the opposite way. Nut, metal washer, rubber washer, and I took it off with that wrench. So this thing should basically just come out now. Little spillage. Alright, I'm going to see where this thing's attached now. There's a couple little brackets here that I don't think are going to go back on. But maybe. We'll save them. Bracket on this side. This just finishes the edge from the cut edge. And since I'm going to use solid wood for the new countertop, I don't know that we're going to be worried about this unfinished edge so much. I'm going to take as many screws out as I can and see where we go. Alright folks, it's out. And there's not much to it. But like I said, it was put in incorrectly. So I'm going to try to fix that. And maybe the new countertop will completely hide all this nonsense back there. But I got a plan anyway, even if it doesn't.